Guard dog. I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. Mike Herman, our local certified aquascape contractor out here, Colorado Pond Pros. And this is a water feature you built how long ago, Mike?
About 4 years.
Okay, so 4 years ago. And which is really cool about this, you built a pond here and then you also built a pond for the neighbors, right?
That's correct.
Let's go check this out. So Mike, the first thing I noticed when I walked back here was that log. That log was designed for this waterfall. And the most amazing thing is, cut this tree down from his mother's house, and then you guys asked to incorporate this. Was that you? Was that you on this project?
That's right.
So you saw this log too and you go, this has to be a waterfall.
Yep.
And that's the art right there. To be able to look at a log and be able to envision this is part of the waterfalls. There's putting driftwood into a pond and then there's incorporating driftwood into a pond. This would be considered incorporated into the pond. So my favorite part of this water feature, one, the fact that they now have a beautiful low maintenance ecosystem from what they had, but two, that driftwood in that area, that actually makes me jealous. I want to make that. I love it because when you're sitting in the patio too, you're almost at eye level with it. You know, it's higher up, it's a little bit raised up, and the size of those fish. I mean, they've got some jumbo fish in there, and this is a 4-year-old water feature, so they must really feed these fish.
Yes.
These fish do not go hungry in this house, that is for sure. So when you moved into this house 21 years ago, it had an existing water feature.
Right.
So you actually saw a pond that Mike had done for associate, a friend of yours.
Right.
And you thought we could maybe update ours.
Right. So we gave him a call and he came down here and looked at it, gave us an estimate. And we went ahead and did it.
Was it a good investment?
Oh yeah. And the neighbors had a pond. They have a pond over there. And
wait a minute, you got a pond over here, there's a pond right here, there's a pond right here. This is my kind of neighborhood. See, now I want to go peek.
We can go peek.
Yeah, I want to definitely look. You're friendly with these guys.
Sure.
You don't have a pond competition going, huh?
No, no.
Oh my goodness, look at this. So the lady that lives here built that pond over there.
Right.
And she built her own.
Right.
So they just have a pump down here. You can see a lot of the cords. Well, it's functioned for, you can see the edges of the liner, but you know, if it's worked for 30 years and they've enjoyed it, good for them. One of the biggest differences that I would notice about the two is maybe the size of some of the stone. So there's a lot of baseball sized rock in here, and yours is much larger stone.
Right.
So, you know, this is more of a homeowner. It works, it's working, it's functioning, but from an aesthetic standpoint, it might be maybe too many of the same size stone, I would say, for this. To build a proper functioning aquascape ecosystem pond, you need a mechanical filter, your skimmer. They don't have a skimmer here. A biological filter. They have a biological filter, but it's a pressure filter, right?
Right.
Rocks and gravel in the pond for the ecosystem to be established, plants and fish. And if you put those parts properly, it will work. So right here sits the skimmer. So all the mechanics sit right down in here. So Mike, what size? You do 2 to 4,000 pump in here?
It's a 4,000 pump, I think.
Yeah.
So it's running full blast right now.
Yep.
But you have the ability to turn it down, right?
Right.
Yeah. One of the nice things about the variable speed pump is that I have the ability to actually turn it up and turn it down. If I don't really want to be back here making a lot of noise, if I'm not back here entertaining, I can certainly turn it down to more energy efficient type mode.
If you like to sit out here and have your coffee, like how do you use it? Like what's your ritual with the water feature?
Well, we come down here first thing in the morning. We come down here and feed the fish, sit down, drink coffee, and just watch the fish run around and everything. The dog kind of goes around, kind of sniffing around. And then we have breakfast out here on the table in the morning, and just kind of enjoy it. In the evening, we come out here.
It's so fantastic. We always love when we build water features for gardeners. And you can tell this is love done with all of the flowers and the plants and the aquatic plants. This is a little slice of heaven, a little piece of paradise that you have back here. And I'm proud of Mike for creating it. It's really a terrific job, Mike. And I really appreciate you enjoying it, because it's always fun for me to see my customers live in the aquascape lifestyle. And I want more people to live the aquascape lifestyle, because I know how it's just such an important and integral part of people's lives. And that's what makes my job so rewarding. It is exactly why I love my job. So you're about to see a one-day-old aquascape ecosystem water feature, what it looks like before it's fully done. This is a beautiful view. And I'm Greg Wittstock, the pond guy.
I'm Cindy.
Cindy, I'll give you a hug. What a beautiful house.
Thank you.
Look at the first thing I see. The Aquascape Welcome Kit. This is what our customers are supposed to get when they get a water feature. You got fish food, you got your little ecosystem pond, explain on all the different systems to it, and of course, the I Love My Aquascape water feature. Oh, there's your cattle trough. So this is what was the original inspiration, keeping these, huh?
This is the starter pond.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Very cute.
And it's served its purpose. It's done great. So, but now we this.
Wow. Water's just starting to clear up.
Right. It already looks so much better.
It's almost like steps that you go down to go in, to get into here.
Perfect.
The way that it turned out. that's what it's for. Enjoying it, absolutely. And then you said this was Mike's vision. How did it actually work as a designer?
Oh, great. And we had no idea what really.
You just knew that you wanted a pond and a waterfall.
Right, and there was a wall here, and we knew we wanted to take that down and have this kind of.
Okay, so this wall extended all the way over.
Right.
I like it because it really opens it up to this.
It does.
Another beautiful view here.
Yes. From out there, looking this way, it's beautiful. From up here, it's beautiful.
So I can already picture it right now, right here, with a cup of coffee or a beer at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, and you got that sound, and you got that view. Yeah, I really like, Mike, how you took that wall down, because you would feel kind of enclosed.
Right.
You know, if you had that wall, so just a little bit, and it's fantastic. Okay. This is so funny. The pond guy. There we go. Now it's signed. I love my aquascape water feature, and I love my job. We switched over to Mike's really sweet Jeep, and I drive a Jeep, so I feel like I'm at home, although his is a year older, and it's so nice. So what do we got going on here, buddy?
About an 18-foot size pond. Customer is an existing pond owner that we previously installed at his other house. Sold that house. He absolutely had to get another pond.
Of course. Hey!
Hi there.
Good morning.
How you doing, Jeff?
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
I can see you really pretty well.
Okay.
Cataract surgery.
Oh, yeah. I love your sense of humor. Hi, Jeff. I'm the pond guy, Greg Wittstock. So I heard that this water feature in your house is you actually sold a house that Mike had built a pond, and you bought this house and wanted him to come over. And
In fact, it was contingent. Our buying this house we didn't buy it until first we had Mike come by and say, what do you think? Can we put a pond back here?
Nice that you wanted it that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Well, fantastic. Can we see this?
Please do.
Okay. I can already hear it. Yep, and there it is. Wow. Another small backyard, but a big impact with the water feature. Mike, what I love about this is it's really hard to get this much of a vertical elevation in a flat backyard, but you use some big rock. I mean, that rock right there maybe is a ton. That's a machine place boulder.
It is.
Nice deep pond, beautiful fish, so you really love your fish. You said you got a name. Yeah. It's a fun hobby. So what's cool for me about this is meeting this guy is that 4 years ago, I guess, you moved into an existing house that had a ponds done wrong. It was a lot of maintenance, it was a lot of work, but you still enjoyed it enough to have Mike rebuild it. What's cool is when you sold that house, you decided that you couldn't live in another house without a pond, and you had Mike come here ahead of time to actually scope his property on what you could do. And this is a guy who had never had a water feature before the last house that you owned.
No.
And so now that you've lived with an aquascape ecosystem pond, what would you say to somebody that is looking at this channel for the first time and not really understanding what the lifestyle, the aquascape lifestyle is all about?
Well, for us, this is our little mecca. As I near retirement and she does, right now it's our weekend. We just come and sit out here and have breakfast out here. And we'd love to spend more time out here.
So I love the fact that this family did not have a pond until they moved into a house with a pond, and of course their next house and every other house they said they have to have a water feature at. If you've ever lived with a fully functioning aquascape ecosystem water feature, you know it turns a house into a home and makes a place very enjoyable to live. This is what I love about my job, going out and visiting people and seeing how they live the aquascape lifestyle. And if you like this stuff, like, comment, and subscribe and follow along. And next time I come back, there's gonna be a front yard water feature here too. Mark my words, I love my job.